Welcome back, Terrestrials, to another episode of Nostalgic Movie Reviews. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about a movie that I've seen 1,000 times and I could not really remember. I remembered some of the bigger scenes, but that was about it. And so I was really kind of excited to go back and watch this one because I remembered it fondly, but I didn't really remember it. Along the same lines as Mars Attacks. But before we get into that, like, subscribe, share our videos. It helps us with the algorithm. It costs you nothing, and we greatly appreciate it. With that being said, let's get into it. The movie is boom. Can't Hardly Wait. Now, I think this was like one of those hit or miss uh, teen movies. I don't think that everybody saw this movie because I knew a lot of people that I brought this movie up to, and I was like, yeah, it's got this guy and this guy from this and this guy, and a lot of people just were like, I don't really remember that movie. And maybe if they watched it, they would remember it based on some scenes or something. But I know I watched it a lot. It was one of those movies that in my later teen years it came on a lot at night on TBS. It wasn't like a daytime morning Saturday morning type movie. It was more of like a Saturday night 11, 10, 11 o'clock type movie. Um, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was funny. Um, there were some things that I was like, ooh, I don't know if I'd do that anymore. But it's got Seth Green, it's got the Jennifer Love Hewitt, it's got other people you would recognize. But overall, it's just a guy has a crush on this girl, and he doesn't know how to tell her. She has a douchey boyfriend. It's the end of high school party, um, and he's going to make his move because she breaks up with her boyfriend. And there's just a ton of other things. It's kind of like the party is the setting, and there's a bunch of little stories going on within the setting, and you know it all kind of just plays out and comes together in a bunch of different ways. So it's lighthearted. It's like a John Hughes movie, but just a little bit more updated and edgier than an actual John Hughes movie would be. Um, I still really enjoyed it. And one of the things when I thought back on this movie, I remembered was how ridiculous Seth Green was. I love Seth Green. I think he's funny. He does so many good movies, TV show episodes. I mean, everybody I know loves Seth Green. And he started driving more into serious movies or dramatic comedies, and I like where it's going. So I'm looking forward to seeing his career continue in that direction. He's always had a great comedic on-screen presence. Even as far back as like the X-Files episode that he did, it's silly, but like he's still driving those jokes home. And what was the Disney movie about rollerblading? He was the comic relief in that. So like in this one, he's the comedic relief in this one as well. So a lot of the movies that I remember as a kid had him to some extent, and this was probably one of his bigger roles until like Without a Paddle, when he's one of the three main characters. And this was, way before Robot Chicken. So, and Family Guy. So, this is the Seth Green that I really, really remember. And all the characters are just fun. Like, the acting isn't terrible. I enjoyed it. Uh, it so, when I went back and I watched it, I was pleasantly surprised by it. And with that, you know, I would say that it's a safe watch. It's not going to shatter any glass nostalgia that you have. If you're concerned with that, trust in me, you'll enjoy it. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch it. If you do enjoy those 90s teen movies, go back and watch it, because I think that this one kind of slid under the radar a little bit because of American Pie. And this one may be better than that. So, if you hold American Pie in high regard, then I think you should definitely go back and check this one out. I do think that this is kind of where, like, Not Another Teen Movie comes from. I think they parodied this pretty hard, and this and She's All That pretty hard. So I think that this one is a good one to go back and rewatch. I think it's very safe. And as far as stars go, I'm just going to give it 3 stars. It's not the greatest thing ever. It is very nostalgic for me. So yeah, I mean, I give it 3 stars. I honestly, I'm going to go ahead and say it. I enjoyed it more than American Pie. If you like this movie or did not like this movie, let me know in the comments section. As I say often, we respond to everybody. We are open to having a conversation with everybody. We're just not going to give you the heart. We're going to talk to you and, discuss it with you. And if you haven't seen it yet, definitely go check it out. Then come back and leave a comment section whether you liked it or not. So yeah, that's Can't Hardly Wait, and I'll see you on the next one.